Hi,
All
beautiful
right,
souls. I'm ready.
you're ready? So we can
Yes,
start? Wonderful.
absolutely. All the best, Sunita.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay. Good evening, everyone. And how are you doing, everyone, today to meet in masterclass number 13? And I would like to, I'm really glad being in the last session, the 13th session today, that we are going to discuss about from ideas to legacy, integrating leadership, education, and the entrepreneurship. It is truly an honor to welcome you all to the final session of this impactful global career coaching program. Every meaningful journey reaches a moment where learning turns into purpose, and today is that moment. This program, thoughtfully initiated by Ms. Moumita Chakraborty, has not only provided guidance on careers but has ignited clarity, confidence, and courage in each of us. Over these sessions, we have learned that a career is not just about choosing a path, but about becoming the person who can walk that path with conviction. The insights shared here will continue to guide decisions long after today. As we step into this final session, let us reflect not on the end, but on the beginning of stronger goals, bolder choices, and purposeful action. Let's today inspire us to believe that our potential is global, our mindset is limitless, and our future is ours to shape. With a gratitude and enthusiasm, let us begin the final session of this remarkable journey. Well, and today our coach, Miss Moumita Chakraborty, a loving person, the bright and beautiful and intelligent. Now, I would like to introduce myself, being a host. One second. Our partners, our sector partners, knowledge partners for this all 13 classes over last 3 months, what we have been taken up with. The first is Destancia Tours and Travels India, European Tourism and Events Training Academy Malta, Marcelino Munoz Foundation Mexico, Gandhi Mandela Foundation Latin America, WLF Directorate of Human Rights Mexico. And here, myself, Jivita, India Admin and Facilities Supply Chain Leader, Youth Empowerment Advocate, who is handling the leadership roles under WLF, India Country Leader Supply Chain Management, WICCI National Council Member, Youth Empowerment Council, and I am just honorable and so thankful for the recognitions and rewards which has been provided by multiple organizations including WLF. 40 under 40 best women leader in industry, honored by World Brand Affairs, Outlook, and Forbes magazine. Outstanding women professional awarded by SIWAA and Global Trim Foundation. Flourishing leaders achieving remarkable engagement by WLF, World's Leader Foundation, recently. And I've just been recognized for the impact and contributions driving excellence in administration and facilities management across India. Thank you once again. And I would like to thank my co host who was there for the last 13 sessions. Here are my co hosts who were there: Shilpi Shah, Namita Rutnaswamy, Riya Dhandish, and Manoj Harsha, who were there as strong pillars or the backbone for this sort of hosting for the last 13 sessions. Thank you everyone for your contribution for this successful journey. And now, none other than our beautiful, intelligent coaches of all these 13 13 the celebration, whatever we had, the career coaches, the 13 sessions we took it up. Miss Momitha Chakraborty right here, and Dr. Viana Hassan, and Saurabh Bharti, Mr. Shekhar Vijayan, Miss Eva Baluch Basic, Dr. Stephen Murray, Dr. Hilal Akhtamir, Maria Elena from Mexico, Dr. Annabella from Portugal. So here are our 9 different coaches for the 13 sessions what we had. And now, here are the program overview what we had for the last the upcoming meaning the whatever the things have been completed. It is purely a 3-month free program. The is your once in a lifetime chance to learn directly from renowned global experts, gain real-time insights across leadership, entrepreneurship, education, tourism, and hospitality, network and connect with professionals worldwide, open doors to unlimited career opportunities, earn an online certificate of participation. Whoever is part of this particular program, the last 13 sessions, you will be having a culminating, and you will be receiving the certification of this completion, which is the Global Career Coaching Program for all the sessions which has been done through from October till December. And here are the program highlights what we had starting from from October 2025, October 5th till 28th. Today is the last session of 2025 for this particular career coaching program, and every Sunday we had this around like 7 p.m. till 8 p.m. and this is purely a live online sessions, and this will be a certified award after completing all classes. Here I would like to talk my favorite, Miss Momitha Chakraborty. It gives me an immense pride and privilege to introduce a visionary leader, an inspiring mentor, and the driving force behind this global career coaching program. Miss Momitha Chakraborty is not just a career coach. She is a catalyst for transformation with her deep insight into global career landscapes and her passion for empowering individuals. She has helped countless professionals and students discover clarity, confidence, and direction. What truly sets her apart is her ability to blend global exposure with human understanding. This program stands as a reflection of her commitment to excellence, inclusion, and purpose-driven growth. Through her vision, this global career coaching program has become a platform where aspirations meet strategy and potential meets opportunity. Today, as we reach the culmination of this journey, we extend our heartfelt appreciation to Ms. Momitha Chakraborty for her leadership, dedication, and unwavering belief in shaping future-ready global professionals. Please join me in welcoming an extraordinary coach and an even more extraordinary human being. Now, I would like to share few more informations about Ms. Momitha Chakraborty. See, if you just follow her page, if you could see, here is one of the Netaji, an inspiration for youth, is one of the episodes who has been conducted by Ms. Momitha Chakraborty, Major General with GD Bakshi sir. So it was an ultimate. If you have time, please go through watch in YouTube. It is already available. And similarly, it is not only that, and she was actually a part of National Autonomous University of Mexico, the first and international conference on the elimination of violence against women at UNAM. So she was so young. Imagine like the achievement, whatever she has gone through at this particular age is remarkable, definitely. And it is not only that, and she has had a discussion with the governor of Karnataka, Sri Mr. Tawar Chand Gehlot, during her initial days. So I would like to please check all the WLF and WICCI related videos, and where Maumita Chakraborty's videos, she has an insightful thoughts about the uplifting of underprivileged and the students who can able to educate. She has already taught a lot of students who are in the villages and everything. It's not only limited with this particular global career coaching program, it's beyond that. And we thank you for all these contributions, Ms. Maumita Chakraborty, and we are looking for more and more for this session today. And here you go with the entire, I will hand it over to you with a few glimpses of our previous sessions what we had, if you have if you allow me for a couple of minutes. So yeah, so Dr. Viana, we had an insightful session with Dr. Viana, and we had with Ms. Maumita again, and the next person is Mr. Shekhar and Mr. Stephens sessions which we had, and Namitha and Ria was the host that time, and the next is Ms. Annabella and Ms. Maumita. Again, Shilpi was the person, and the other host was available. And here are the details where Dr. Eva and Mr. Saurabh. So here are the few glimpses what we had for the last few sessions. And over to you, Ms. Maumita. And yes, we are looking forward for this session today.
I became speechless because I do not know, Jeevita, it was such a beautiful collage you have made in today's presentation. I was amazed. I'm humbled. I'm grateful that I do not know from where you have found out all these details about me. These are some of the things which I have done, and I truly appreciate that you took your time out from your busy schedule and done all this research and presented it today in front of everyone. So thank you so much, Jeevita, first of all. And you have been a very strong support since the beginning, since we are connected from the days of Wiki, and we got connected to each other online. I have never met you till now in person. We have been digitally connected, and we have become so close to each other. We have become like sisters. So I truly appreciate this bond, and today I am really, really happy that you made all this and tried your best to, end this session on the final masterclass of WLF GCCP on a very positive and enthusiastic note. So I'm really thankful to you and all the other hosts. Manoj Harsha has been one of the persons, like he registered as a participant and he uh, joined us as a host and he hosted one of the sessions. Then there is Shilpi Gupta Shah. There is our back-end team. There is the other host, Ria Dadich. Then everyone, who have been a part of this beautiful journey. And it is all because of each participant present here today that we are on the final masterclass, because it is very important that we receive this continuous encouragement from participants and everyone who supports this kind of initiatives. And this is a 3-month program. And when we started, I was a bit hesitant that I do not know how many are going to join and things like that. But see, we are on the 13th masterclass. We have completed 3 months, and today is the final masterclass of WLHGCCP. So before I start today's masterclass, I humbly would like to thank each one of you present and to everyone who has been here since 5th of October 2025 and have supported this initiative so deeply, and I'm grateful to each one of you. So let's begin today's final masterclass, and I hope that after today's session, you all have something to take away with each one of you, right? And this is not the end. This is the beginning of another collaboration, another initiative, and many more such kind of connections, bonds, and support we can provide to each other. We never know, right? I have been saying this from the beginning, that we never know how God or the universe connects us with each individual, and then something beautiful comes up, right? So let's begin today's masterclass, the final masterclass of WLF GCCP. I'll share my screen now. Let me know once you're able to see the screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes, I can see.
Wonderful. Okay, so I hope you all are keeping well, both physically as well as mentally. I am Momita Chakraborty, as beautifully described by Jivita Priya. I think I'm very little to what she has described in total. I just consider myself as a very normal human being. I am still to achieve a lot in my life, and whatever I have achieved till now is because of the blessings of my elders, my parents, Ma Saraswati, and each one of you. Because the most important thing in one's life is support and encouragement, and majorly the positive support, because there are a lot of people who spread negativity around each individual. There are negative energies like jealousy, hatred, things like that. But it is beautiful to see and connect with people who are positive, souls who are positive, like each one of you present. So that's what gives me the power to do something for each one of you, and come up with this kind of ideas which might help others. If I were not connected to the people around me, like Jivita, Rick, and the others present, I could not have done what I have done till now. So thank you once again. Let's begin this. Today's topic is from ideas to legacy. I think this is one of the beautiful topics for ending the WLF program. And today we are going to talk about integrating leadership, education, and entrepreneurship. I thought that for concluding the entire program, which was a 3-month program with 12 master classes before today's one, we should find a gist of what we have done all throughout these 3 months. And let me give a gist about how far we have come. So I want to start with the world we live in. This word strikes very deeply because the world is constantly changing and it's rapidly growing. We had millennials, before that baby boomers, then we have Gen Z, then we have Gen Alpha, and now I think from 2025 we are going to have Gen Beta. So actually it feels like we are getting old. So let us go through a little deep into the world we live in, and from the perspective of today's topic, that we live in an era of rapid change and rising responsibility. Have you noticed this thing, everyone? That people, we have had this perception about the Gen Z and the others who are actually the youth of this world currently, that they are not serious. But have you noticed the positive outcomes they are bringing to the society, the upliftments they are doing, and how responsible they are? It is because of the youth today that the GDP, the crime rates are lowering, people are so responsible, so many entrepreneurs are coming up, so many people have become so sustainable friendly. They are talking about mental health, which have we were not talked about, right? These things were not talked about when we were kids. And it's great to see that so many taboos have been talked about. For example, men do not cry. For example, men cannot cook at home. They cannot take the responsibility of being equal partners. Women empowerment, and kids speaking out about what is wrong, what is right, and how they should be treated. These are such beautiful examples of the rising responsibility. And we see so many entrepreneurs growing with the everyday things on social media, that people are coming up with different new kinds of ideas to make the world a better place for all, which is our title or tagline for WLF as well. That ideas are emerging every single day, but something which strikes me is that the impact is a bit slow as compared to the responsibility and the leadership and the change which is going on in the world, right? Impacts are less because every other day when we open the social media accounts, for example, Instagram or LinkedIn, what we notice is that there are so many people out there who have different kinds of ideas, but we see very less likes. And I don't and there are some random videos where people are dancing and making jokes, and they have views in millions. So that makes me a bit concerned about what are we diving into. We have so many responsible people, so many responsible youth, and in case if you are not supporting them, slowly the light and the energy in them start diminishing. That's why when I started this PPT, I told you that I'm grateful to each one of you, because what happens, however powerful you are, however knowledgeable or smart you are or intelligent you are, doesn't matter. You need to have the right kind of support from people. You need to have that ecosystem which encourages you each day, because there are billions of people in the world, and not everybody is serious about their life. There are many people, they think that my father is rich or my mother is rich, and it's fine, I'll just live my life, I'll enjoy it and I'll die. It's not a big deal. They are not responsible enough, but there are also people who are like you, who are joining this kind of initiatives to learn something and to apply them in real life, and think that no, I am a responsible person. I want to bring that big change. I want to be someone. I want to make my name immortal and respectful, so that I when I die or even when I live, I want to see myself on that big screen, or maybe make people remember my name with respect, right? And there comes the impact, the support. And if that particular individual who is trying day and night, living in a rural area with less and almost no network connectivity, trying to make the videos with a very basic phone, and trying to make videos, vlogging, whatever they are doing, they're trying to bring those small changes. So we should be the ones supporting them. Then that is the time when they will receive that, okay, somebody is watching me, I should do it for them. I should make this person realize. So I remember Manoj Harsha, who is one of the participants, I think today also he is present. He reached out to us, and I think he got connected to Rick and said that Rick, appreciated him. Even I appreciated him, that every single time when you join the sessions, Manoj, you um, ask questions, you connect with the career coach or the host. Why do you do that? So his response was so beautiful. He said that I am joining this session, it is free of cost, the least I can do is to encourage them, to be all ears to them, that I am listening, I'm here to support you. That's such a beautiful thing about. And so many others also, right? Michelle, we have others, when we tell them that do you have any question, they respond. That's what encourages each one of us, that's a beautiful thing. So impact will grow bigger when we start supporting everybody around us. That small like, that small word of encouragement goes a long way, trust me. So the world needs leaders who integrate thought, learning, and that learning into action. So we have so many examples here who are doing the same. So the world we live in the most educated generation in history. Yet leadership gaps are visible across sectors. So as I mentioned, have you noticed that so many people have registered and there are so many people, but we are not that confident or maybe free to show our visible support. So that's what is the small thin line between your success and the leadership gap. So the moment you try to connect and open up, basically the simplest word would be to open up with the people around you. Just drop that message to that particular person. He can be the governor or maybe the prime minister of a country or maybe somebody very reputed. What's the harm in connecting with them and sending them a message? See whether they respond or not. If they do not respond, you'll learn something. If they do, that might open multiple doors for you. So the leadership gaps are thin, but it should be addressed with proper platforms, because once you become that confident, and you find out the leader in within you, you become so much better version of yourself. Because there are a lot of introverts out there, I know. My brother is one introvert, deep introvert. He doesn't want to speak, he doesn't like to speak. I force him. I tell him that, see, I understand that is your personality, but people are not going to understand if you do not communicate with people. For example, wherever you go, you might be boarding a bus and you are not feeling good. You might be feeling dizzy or nauseous, and you do not open up and say the person standing next to you that, please help me in finding a seat, I'm not feeling well. The other person, that person next to you, is not going to understand. That's why communication is important. That's why a good ecosystem is important, a good platform is important, and that's what differentiates you. And then you will notice there are very less leaders wherever you go. You have joined schools, you have been a part of colleges, you have been a part of the corporate, and you might have noticed that there will be always two or three people whom the manager or maybe the principal or the teachers love in a different way, or look towards them from a very different perspective. You know why? It's because they stand out according to them, because they communicate. It's because of the leadership skill they have in them. They are confident about what they want to say, and what they want to get. So this is very important, where we find out the true leaders in ours. And global studies consistently show that rapid technological change actually affect the in addressing these leadership gaps, and rising youth unemployment and underemployment um, show these technological changes to a great extent. A growing demand for ethical, adaptive leaders are also very important. See, this leadership platform, for example, WLF was also created with something something similar. For example, there are a lot of platforms out there where you communities, institutions, organizations, you will find multiples. You just search that, okay, a leadership forum, or maybe a community where I can be a member of. Everybody can be a member. So WLF was found with a vision that we will call each one a leader, not a member, until you feel that you can become a member for some of the directorates under some leaders. But what is the ultimate goal is to find out the true leader in you. So that we want to see you in the 1% of people. So that's why there are a lot of people who join, and we tell them that, see, it's not like any other random platform that you join, become a member, and then you sit. It's not like that. It is created for you to shine, for you to take the lead, for you to make the change you want to see in the world, the initiatives to be taken, and we are here to support you. So it is a growing demand. There are entrepreneurs, they have beautiful ideas in their minds, they post on social media, but when it comes to presenting their idea in front of somebody, maybe an investor or maybe someone whom they want to do a partnership with for their company, they fail because they lack that confidence of a leader. The challenge today is not the lack of talent, it is the lack of integrated leadership. So integrated leadership is very important, because it gives us that power and confidence, and to address what what kind of product I have, what kind of change I want to bring through my idea. And these small steps help you to become a good entrepreneur, a good leader, or maybe if you are an educator, if you are a researcher, or actually a good and confident speaker, or a professional in life. So everything begins with an idea. Every legacy starts with an idea. Ideas then challenge norms and imagine better futures. But ideas alone do not change the world. As I mentioned, there are a lot of ideas. We have beautiful people, beautiful souls, and this is an era of entrepreneurship. Every other individual wants to start, find or start their own startup company. There are multiple ideas and brilliant ideas, I must say. I have connected to so many people through this kind of platforms over social media, and they have beautiful ideas. But ideas alone do not change the world. They need so many other things that help in the major transformation. Every major transformation, as you can see on the screen, that be it social, economic, or political, began with an idea. However, research shows that most ideas never move beyond discussion because execution, leadership, and ownership are missing. And that's why we need like-minded people. We need a platform to grow. We need proper support. We need proper analysis. We need proper integration. And leadership is one of the tools in giving direction to ideas. Leadership is influence rooted in integrity. Integrity is so important. You will find most of my posts or my talks where I mention about this particular word called integrity and honesty, and these are one of the not one, two of the most important factors which have affected my life. Whatever I am today, it's because of the honesty and integrity that has made all the difference. I was shy, I could not speak, I did not know how to put my ideas into words. I was a very introverted person, but today I'm able to speak because I inflicted them inflicted myself with this kind of thought. I wanted to bring that change that if I do not speak, nobody is going to understand what is going on in my brain. So, leadership provides vision, courage, and direction. True leaders act before recognition arrives. For example, there are multiple platforms. Again, I will repeat the same thing. But true leaders do not wait for the recognition to arrive in front of them, they take the lead. So I'll give the example of Jivita Priya in this case. When I was discussing about the WLF Global Career Coaching Program, and I mentioned that I need a host, she was the first person to respond to me saying that, ma'am, I will be there all throughout the session. And have you ever noticed that she has been present in each masterclass, all this 13 masterclass for all the 3 months from the beginning till today? Even though when she was not the host, she was there from the back end supporting. That's what is the quality of a true leader. So they do not wait for the recognition to arrive. Maybe she'll get the same kind of certification or the applause, but true leader doesn't wait that, okay, I will do this, I will take this lead only because I'm getting a recognition. They will be there from the back end supporting. They will not give excuses that, okay, because of that. In fact, Jivita is not even keeping well. She has fever, she has cough, but still she is here showing up to you. That is what a true leader looks like. So, global leadership studies highlight that trust is the most valued leadership currency. I am able to trust Jivita. I am able to trust Rick. I'm able to trust the host that, okay, I reach out to this person. They say that I want to, would you like to host this program? They will say yes. And then they do not show up. There is the leadership or trust gap. You will be scared if you are unable to trust. There are people I have known, they always would promise so many things. They would say that I will do this, ma'am. I am here, ma'am, and I will be able to support you. But in the meantime, they will give excuse and they will run away. That is not a person to be trusted with. And that's what differentiates you as a good human, as a kind person, and that's what shows how far you will go. So if you know somebody who always promises big things, but in the meantime, when you actually need them, they disappear, and later on they will come up and give excuses like my network is not working, or maybe I am in some other place. This is what I had promised. I thought that I would be able to do that, but they do not. That shows that they are not a trustworthy person. And that is where you are gone as a leader. You can not achieve as a true individual, and you fail others. It's not that you are giving excuse. You fail others from respecting you, from trusting you. And what else can be worse if another individual cannot trust you, right? If you are letting them down. So be that person who can be trusted with blindly, so that in case if you are unable to take some responsibility, say that on their face. If you are able to do that, do it with integrity and honesty without giving any excuses. I was in train. I gave a word to somebody. I was in some emergency. I would still show up. I lost somebody. I would still show up. If I have given a word to someone or in some project, I will have to show up if I want someone to respect me. So people believe in transparency and not just words. Influence matters more than authority. See, if you are a true leader, you should not be dependent on others. That, okay, let me get this message from somebody, then let me get this call from somebody, and let them tell me what I should do. Then what differentiates you as an individual and a leader? You should be the one taking the authority. Let me give this idea to that particular person, that, see, hey, I have this idea in my mind, and I want you to tell me whether this idea is right or wrong. Take the survey, do that message, and ask and connect with people and share your views and check if your idea is correct. If not, people will give you a better idea, maybe, or maybe they will tell you that, okay, make this little changes and this, you are good to go. So you should be the one as a true leader to take the authority and start your leadership journey, because leadership today is about responsibility, not rank. So self leadership comes first. Self leadership is very important. When you look into the mirror, you better respect yourself. When you look into the mirror, you say that I trust this individual. When you look into the mirror, you feel that, yes, this is someone others should look up to, right? So leadership begins within. If you see in the mirror, look at yourself for 10 to 20 seconds and start analyzing that. Is that a person I treat with respect? Am I somebody who can be looked up to, who can be trusted with a project? If yes, if your answer is yes, if you have already started your journey as a true leader. Discipline also builds credibility. You have to be consistent with all your efforts. You're not going to gain fame overnight, and if you do, you must also understand that that fame is also going to get away overnight, because consistency earns the trust. If people see that, if you have taken up a responsibility or a project and you show up consistently, they will come and they will start that, okay, this person, I've seen that person's post, that person is still reaching out to me, that person has still not loosened the hope. So I think I can trust this person, and he or she is consistent, and I think I can invest my money into that particular idea, because that person doesn't suddenly disappear. And values guide this kind of decisions. You should have a proper valued mind and personality, because your decisions are guided by values. You should have a honest value, positive value, that For example, I want to support people. That is a value. There are people who do that. Okay, my ultimate idea is to gain money. That's not a bad thing. But money should not be the only thing. That's what I feel. Money is very much important in our day to day lives. I am not saying that I am a philosophical person and money is nothing, but no. The problem is when you feel that money is everything. So, values, your value defines you. And when your values are guided with wisdom, knowledge, positivity, and kindness, your decisions are reflected through that. So, behavioral research shows that high performing leaders demonstrate self regulation before they demonstrate people management. I would, make myself trustworthy. I would make myself consistent. I would make myself guided with values. I would follow somebody who others look up to. So I would like to, bring this uh, in front of you today, that today is my father's birthday. At the same time, Sir Ratan Tata's birthday today, 28th of December. So both of these gentlemen were born today, and it is one of the best days that today only we have the 13th master class. And these two people have shaped my life. Sir Ratan Tata is the person whom I have always looked up to as an entrepreneur, as a philanthropist, and my father. I am also born in December 24th, and today is December 20th, my father's birthday. And I have learned honesty, integrity, and I have seen my father has dedicated 37 years of his life to Arunachal Pradesh Forest Corporation. And there is not a single person who doesn't know my father and would say that this person is dishonest. And that's what I have gotten from my parents, in fact my mother as well. They have contributed so many years of their lives, and they have led with integrity, and that's what I feel that is my heritage, that is my inheritance. That's what I'm going to take with me, that whenever I connect with people or visit Northeast India or Arunachal Pradesh, they say that, okay, you are Mr. Tushar Chakravarti's daughter, right? You are Miss Kajal Chakravarti's daughter. Your father is a truly honest man, and that's what gives me immense pride. So happy birthday to each one of them. Sir Ratan Tata, thank you so much for wishing, and my father. So just wanted to share this with all of you. So discipline, values, consistency is what I have learned from them. And also, these are globally recognized leadership markers for a person who wants to build their leadership career or want to be a successful entrepreneur. Then comes education, building the human being. Education is important. And despite increased access to education worldwide, employers consistently report gaps in critical thinking, communication, and ethical judgment. Just I gave the example to each one of you today that critical thinking is very important. You should be very analytical towards what you are putting forward. For example, a small idea should not be confined to only the idea. You should have this basic set of uh, thinking that what goes next. For example, I will give the example of my travel company, because that is the first thing which I did as an entrepreneur, that I wanted to start a travel company. What is my goal? Northeastern people. I wanted to start with medical tourism, but I also found potential in leisure tourism. So that was the idea about that. I want to focus on this. Then comes the documentation part. I have no idea about that. So I should be analytical enough that, okay, I have to take a space. I have to do the proper documentation. I have to open a company's account. I have to register my company to the government authorities or whatever the documentation process required. And do you know that you cannot have a savings bank account when you are starting a company? you should start a current bank account. So these are the small, small steps you need to take when starting your leadership journey or entrepreneurship journey. Then communication, as I gave the example of my brother, or maybe anybody who is an introvert today, I would like to like all of you to open up when we start the Q&A round and communicate with me, because communication is actually the key. Whatever idea you have, whatever thought you have in your mind, until and unless you communicate, you will not be able to find a solution to it. Even if you are suffering through a depressive phase, there are a lot of mental health issues. I'm also a mental health mentor, so I know that there are a lot of people who reach out to me, and I have found this communication gap in them. They're unable to express what they actually are going through. And unless and until you are unable to speak your heart out, I will not be able to help you in the best way. And also, there is a very beautiful fact in psychology or psychiatry that if you're able to communicate your thoughts, you're able to write your thoughts, what you are going through, or you are able to express what you are going through, if you are suffering from depression or stress or anxiety, majority of your mental health problem is gone. So communication is very important. Then comes ethical judgment. Again, coming back to entrepreneurship, there are a lot of companies out there, but you should also analyze that what you should have that ethical judgmental capacity, that this idea is going to go a long way, and this idea is just about there are a lot of fraudulent companies. There is one YouTube channel where there is one individual who hacks the fraud or scamsters accounts, and then he shows them on his YouTube channel. So ethical judgment is very important. You should be aware about the cyber crimes. You should be aware about whom you should trust. You should be aware about all everything, every step you take in your journey, because until and unless you have the judgmental capacity, which leads to ethical upgradation or tactic, you may fall into very big traps, and you might fall into that kind of space where you are unable to come out of that phase. So even if you are trying to be an investor in a company, or you are trying to start your own business, you should have this ethical judgmental capacity. And there comes education. Education helps you in understanding all these three things I just spoke about. And education must evolve from content delivery to capability building. These three things are just small parts of education and building a true human being. Going forward, beyond degrees and certifications, I also mentioned it on my one of my last master classes that degrees and certifications are good to go, but those are not the ultimate thing. Global workforce reports emphasize that future ready individuals need these things. For example, learning agility or critical thinking, emotional intelligence, ethical reasoning, problem solving mindset. So, degrees open doors for sure. Capabilities sustain careers. If you are capable, if you have learned, for example, there are so many courses out there: MBA, ME, Master of Arts, MSc. You are getting a degree. There are hundreds of students, everybody every day getting registered, completing their degrees, but you will see a very small percentage of people who are actually becoming the tycoons or the leaders of those particular sectors or industries, right? It is because of their capabilities. They know this points that you have to have this set of critical thinking, you should be emotionally intelligent, you should know ethical reasoning, and you should have the problem solving mindset. Only then the degrees will also help you. For example, I'm going to search for a job after I complete my graduation or after I complete my master's in science or maybe MBA, right? degrees are definitely going to be seen and on your resume that, oh, okay, you have completed your BE, you have completed your MBA. But when the person interviewer asks you the question, the capabilities is what they will see in your resume. They will ask you, they will check how are your communication skills, how intelligent you are, how you handle the situations, how ethical your reasoning is, and how good are you at solving the problems of that particular company you are applying for the job about, right? So next comes entrepreneurship, action with ownership. Entrepreneurship is leadership in motion. So an entrepreneur becomes the operations executive, the salesperson, the website developer, the client, because you have to understand your product. If you are an entrepreneur, you will see that, okay, this is what I want to start my business on, because I feel that there is a demand about that particular thing. And why, for example, I love eating momos or dumplings, as you say, and you feel that, okay, this is a cool business to start with. I want to start a restaurant of my own where I sell momos and or maybe tea, you know so entrepreneurship is leadership in motion. So you will always try to see put yourself on the feet of others and see that, okay, if I am the customer, would I buy this particular product? Would I love eating this kind of momos? Is this tasty enough, or is this tea very premium looking? So you become everything at once. So it is a leadership in motion. Entrepreneurs solve real problems, they create value, opportunities, and change. So demand and supply is one of the biggest thing in entrepreneurship journey. You find the gap. You feel that the market has this demand, and you try to find a solution to that. So you supply that particular product. Then that's how your idea becomes a successful entrepreneurship business, right? So they create value, opportunities, and change. Entrepreneurship is now recognized globally as a key driver of job creation, innovation, and community resilience. Entrepreneurs don't wait for solutions, they build them. Every entrepreneur has an idea, as I mentioned. So they will start building this, that, okay, this is the next step I want to do. This is how I reach out to people. This is how I make my PDF or presentation about step by step procedure about this is the next step I should go. This is how I should reach out to people. This is how I should, put my CRM, and this is how I should start email marketing. This is how I should set up my social media handles. This should be my logo and everything. So they build. Entrepreneurs don't wait for solution, they start building. For example, the funny part is that I learned website development because I was not getting a proper website developer. They were not understanding that what actually I want from my website. Like, I told them that this is how the inquiry page should be. This is where I should put my tour packages section. These are the services I have for Destination Tours and Travels. None of them were understanding, and those who were understanding, they were asking for huge sum of money, and I did not have that amount of money. So what I found easier is that, let me learn website development. I did that. I purchased my domain. I understood how you prepare a website, and then I did it. So entrepreneurs generally build each and everything from scratch, and I think that goes a long way. Now I have another set of skill alongside what I know to do, right? So it is never a wastage. Entrepreneurship, education, or leadership is never a wastage. Every single time, it just keeps growing. So that's the beauty of knowledge or wisdom. So today is Sir Ratan Tata's birthday, as you can see on screen, and he is a true example of the entrepreneurial mindset. Sir Ratan Tata demonstrated that global business can be value led. There are a lot of stories out there. You should check out Sir Ratan Tata's philanthropy's approach. there was some person who was mentioning that in one of the videos I have seen, where he was invited for a huge program where he was supposed to be awarded, but he had his pets, two or three dogs, I remember very vaguely, and the dogs fell sick, and he did not go to receive that particular award. It was a huge award, and I think it was in England or so. It was a huge thing for the entire country. But he said that particular person that no, the most important thing for me is to take care of my dogs right now, because I love them. I can receive the award sometime later. There are so many other stories which differentiates this person from any other market leaders or entrepreneurs or philanthropists. He would sit down on the ground. He will not have that ego. He was a person of such great ethics and values, which makes me respect him from the bottom of my heart. He never showed that he has this huge amount of money. He During COVID era also, there were some of the people, some of the staffs of, I think, Tata Consultancy, who were not able to get their regular salary or something, and somebody fell sick from their staff. He went to their house. He had the gajar ka halwa, and uh, then he supported them and told the people around him that whatever support they need, they give them, even give the salaries to the ones who are actually currently unemployed, but they were a part of Tata Group, and also during Taj attack 26/11, he was the person who mentioned that the most important thing about and whatever is going through is not the Taj Hotel. It is about the lives of the individuals, the people fighting for us, the armed forces we have. Their safety is the most important thing to me. So that kind of individual, if you are, then people can not do anything else except respect you. So long term trust outperforms short term gain. So today you will show yourself or portray yourself as I am somebody doing this, that, but in the long term, people are going to realize. So I always feel that I will not say anything about myself, what kind of person I am, but when I grow old and I will look towards my social media handles, or people, if they reach out to me and say that, I remember you were the person who helped me, or maybe supported me or encouraged me that day. That's what will make me happy, I guess. That's all I need to spend the rest of my life with when I grow old. So ethics and excellence are not opposites. So if you follow ethics, if you are a valued person, excellence will run behind you. So there is a very famous quote in one of the movies also, सक्सेस के पीछे कि पैसे के पीछे मत भागो, आई थिंक सक्सेस के पीछे भागो एंड द अदर थिंग्स विल फॉलो. So just follow footsteps of people like Sir Ratan Tata. They reflect true leadership. His journey reflects global truth that entrepreneurship creates legacy when guided by values. Be a person of values, and everything else will follow you. Why integration is the key? Leadership without education lacks depth. Education without entrepreneurship lacks application, and entrepreneurship without leadership lacks ethics. Integration creates impact. Integration ensures sustainability. Across industries, failure analysis reveals that vision without leadership loses direction. So if you should have a proper vision, or else you will lose the direction where you wish to go and the goal you wish to achieve in your life. Education without application loses the relevance. Innovation without entrepreneurship loses scale. Therefore, integration is what converts ideas into systems. And the true example of an integrated leader is an integrated leader thinks like a visionary, learns like a student, acts like an entrepreneur. The leaders most effective globally are those who learn continuously, who adopt across cultures, and who balance innovation with responsibility. These are the main points or factors which make you a true integrated leader. From success to significance is the next slide, which you are seeing on your screen. That success is personal achievement, significance is collective contribution, legacy is what continues beyond you. See, when you connect with like-minded people, it makes it a legacy, and success becomes your personal achievement. You are a successful person, right? You are earning in lakhs, in crores, and you are living happily. So that is a personal achievement. But when you want to be significant, it should come from collective contribution. When you are supported by others, when you are bringing positive change to the society, for example, you are a environmentalist and you want to bring positive change to the society, it's not like that you are going there and just planting one tree. That's not going to make you a successful person. That's not bringing you achievement, right? But when there is collective consciousness and collective contribution, that's when you will see that other people are coming forward and they are helping you and supporting your cause, that they will also plant a tree alongside you, and then you grow a forest. So then you will become a person who was the first person to clean that lake, and people joined you, and then you will create your legacy. So global leadership research distinguishes success as individual performance, significance as societal contribution. Legacy begins when leadership extends beyond self. So it's not about you. It's about everyone you connect with and grow with the mindset that I am not going to grow alone. I'm going to grow with everybody else and push them where there is no jealousy. And if I want to be somebody, I would also want each one who have supported me from the beginning to stand beside me on the stage when I receive that particular award. And when I talk about legacy and leadership, here is one of the another examples, greater examples whom I follow is Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose represents leadership as legacy, according to me, on a personal level. You might have different opinions. I follow him deeply because I feel that true leaders create movements, not moments. You can make your one video or maybe a reel, and it might be an overnight sensation, and it goes viral on social media overnight. But these are not about moments. True leaders create movements. It's not about one day. Have you heard about Mr. Ajit Doval? He is our security advisor for India. Those are the examples of true leadership. They create movements. There are movies made where these people are highlighted. So Netaji proved that leadership is rooted in conviction, and conviction transcends geography. He went to so many other countries. He received support from even Hitler, whom people used to fear during that era when India was struggling to get freedom. Courage mobilizes people beyond fear. So he went beyond the fear, and he hid. He crossed Afghanistan. He met powerful leaders. He fought against the colonization. He received support. He also received threats. So purpose driven leadership outlives physical presence. He suffered so much from different kinds of diseases, but he outlived them. And legacy is leadership remembered through action, and his action spoke more than his words. Legacy driven leadership Legacy focused leaders globally prioritize these three things, that is, long term impact over short term reward. I can receive a certificate or a degree today, but in the long term, impact is what is going to speak for me. So I would always focus on the long term impact I wish to see. If I want to be a true leader and remembered for life with respect. So people and institutions over personal image. So my personal image is important. I should be treated by others with respect, and I should keep my self respect intact. I should be an honest person. That is good. But we should always consider others' priorities, others' respect, and others' interests, which are positive for sure, above my self esteem or self ego. And purpose should be always above popularity. If my purpose is for the greater good, my popularity doesn't matter. It will last for a very futile moment, but the purpose of my life, it is, if it is great, it will outshine everything. So legacy driven leadership, focused leaders basically think beyond their own time. They will always think at least 20 to 50 years in future. They build for generation. They will not think about the past or the present. They will think 10 to 20 years in the future, And youth and change makers, youth are not future leaders. They are leaders today. You all are today's leaders. And leadership, I must say, when I talk about youth, I know that there is a age, as per the global statistics, but according to me, leadership has no age, gender, or status. I think a person sitting in a rural area at the age of 60 and maybe a transgender or maybe a female or a male can be a true leader, can make a true big difference. And there are so many examples out there. The owner of KFC started at a very old age, and now it is a global product, or maybe a company. KFC is a global product and a company. And talking about gender or status, there are so many people like the sensation, football sensation Ronaldo comes from a very humble background, right? But to look at him today, so I think leadership has no age, gender, or status. Action matters more than intention. You take the action today with positive mindset and confidence, and go ahead with what you have to give to the society. And I'm sure that you are going to get your karma back. And karma, trust me, is not about only about the negative things. Karma in originated from India, and it has a very beautiful meaning that whatever goes around comes around. That's what actually karma is. So if you do anything with good intentions, it will always come back to you. So globally, young people form the largest workforce segment, if I talk about the statistics, yet remain underrepresented in leadership roles. So take that lead, everybody. If you are listening to me today, take that lead and, try to bring that change. And we are here to support you. History shows that change accelerates when youth are trusted with responsibility and not just instructions. So, instruction, there are a lot of instructors out there. You will always find a manager when you are looking for a job or something. But if you want to be a leader, if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to be a professional who wants to make or bring that leap of change into the society, go ahead with go ahead by taking that lead. So institutions and communities, strong ecosystems enable leaderships. Ethical leadership multiplies impact. Communities grow when leadership is shared. So we are here to share your leadership. We are here to support you. And I hope to receive the same support from each one of you. And talking about the global development studies, highlight that strong institutions and ethical ecosystems multiply leadership impact. Leadership thrives when each individual takes the lead and starts to act. Start to act, everybody. So, what is this session about before I conclude? What this session was really about? according to you? I want your answers. You can type your answers on the chat box or just can turn on your mic and share it to me directly. But according to me, it was about who you choose to become when no one is watching and what you choose to build when the world needs courage. So, a thought before I end this masterclass, the final masterclass of WLF Free Global Career Coaching Program is that ideas ask you to think, education asks you to grow, leadership asks you to stand, and entrepreneurship asks you to act, and legacy asks only one question: what will continue because you existed? What is going to be your legacy? Let that answer guide your choices. So, this is my message to you. The WLF Global Career Coaching Program, that is WLF GCCP, started on October 5th, 2025, and it is going to complete today with all of your blessings and support. So, thank you for your active participation, trust, and blessings. This journey was possible because of each one of you. As we conclude the final masterclass of WLF GCCP, we invite you to carry this integration forward. Thank you so much, and I hope that you all have a supercalifragilisticexpialidocious year ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. That was a great and insightful session today, what we went through. And yes, I know it's really tough that we feel most of the participants who feel that the master classes are going to end today and they will be missing the classes going forward is what we see a lot of messages flying through in the chat box. So definitely yes, but I know this is just a starting and we are just beginning our the story. Please understand that, and this is not going to stop here, and we build our own networks here, right? So, and of course Miss Maumita and the WLF team who will be available for any sort of questions or support whichever is required going forward. So please be free to keep in touch. And now I would like to share few key takeaways of all the 13 sessions whatever we have went through, right? Quickly I'll just share my screen. Is it visible?
Yes, yes, it is visible.
Technical glitch. Yes. So here are the key takeaways of all the 13 classes. The first class, what we went through, is actually the subject entrepreneurship in tourism leadership, which basically the message is to build business that inspire, innovate, and sustain communities. The next session is medical tourism, unlock global healthcare opportunities through travel and innovation. And coming to the third class, which is tourism and hospitality tech trends, which is basically embrace technology to stay future ready and competitive. Basically, what is the upcoming the technology trends which is coming under AI, mobile first bookings, integrated digital ecosystems, smart and contactless hospitality, sustainable and conscious travel. These are all the areas where we actually covered up under tourism and hospitality tech trends. And coming to business communication skills, which is very, very vital for your entrepreneurship and the leadership skill, whichever is required. Communicate with clarity to influence and succeed globally. Now, the next thing, whatever we could see here, is leading with vision. Inspire others by turning challenges into opportunities. You share, you inspire, your action speaks what is your vision is. So communicate with a change and motivate the team, put the plan in motion. So that's where your leading with a vision comes across. And the next thing, your global leadership skills to develop the leadership skills for global careers. That's the subject we had discussed about. Lead with emotional intelligence and cross cultural competence, which is actually talks about your cultural intelligence, global mindset, international networking, your political awareness, and handle ambiguity. So these are all the factors which we covered it up. And the next session is the art and science of leadership. Balance creativity with strategic design making. So this was one of the beautiful session which we had it, which actually I loved it. And the next is redefining leadership, women's expectations. Empower women leaders to drive equity and growth. The next session, it was alternative career paths in tourism. Explore diverse, sustainable, and innovative opportunities. And the next, education and strategic leadership. Your commit to lifelong learning and mentoring future leaders. Basically, you plan, play, and pattern your position and the perspective. And it was a very good discussion where Eva actually had a discussion that strategic management about your SWOT analysis, your implement strategies, your identify your goals basically, and set objectives, evaluate and performance. And this is what the outcome of this strategic management process. And coming to this was the wonderful session with the new tourist travel motivation. Deliver authentic, sustainable, and personalized experience. I just love this. You can understand with this picture, and this is where the traveling, it leaves your memories, you speechless, then turns you into a storyteller. That's what it is. And wherever the experience talk about your travel experience, talk about what you learn and what is your experience about. And the next is the strategic marketing. Tell stories that connect emotionally and position brands uniquely. Your product, your price, your promotion, and the place. The 4P strategic marketing. And yes, here is the last session which we went through for today. From ideas to legacy. I know you have an integrated leaders and transform vision into impact that inspires generations. And definitely you will build your legacy which will transform into the new generations and your own entrepreneurship skills, whatever you will be getting into. Yes. Now, let's get into the Q&A session for the day today, and finally I will get into the thank you note later, this Q&A session. Can I hear from people who would like to have any questions here?
There are some messages, Jivita. Beautiful messages. If possible, can you please read out them to us?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Yeah. And there was Prerna was mentioned, and happiest birthday to Uncle and Ratan Tata sir. That's what one thing. And Ghanshyam Patil mentioned, really going to miss masterclasses and the journey of our sessions, and I learned a lot in this journey. Thank you WLF and Momita ji for giving such wonderful platform and masterclass. Thank you.
Awesome.
And Prerna is mentioned again. It's very insightful and inspiring. Rajesh has mentioned each session was so interesting and I learned a lot from it. Thank you WLF for wonderful program where I can able to learn, explore and be confident on what I be. Thank you Momita ma'am, and to the whole WLF team, going to miss classes. And Deeksha has mentioned as one of the topic for the discussion today, whatever happened, it's about like self-awareness and self-improvement. Overall, she was actually mentioned about. Emanika Excel mentioned about, thank you WLF for giving me the opportunity to be on this platform. From the first day of class till today has been so informative and inspiring. Thank you Dr. Viana for inviting me. I hope to be a part of other future classes to come. And Onmar, thanks, great for sharing knowledge of just like of WLF great program that's supposed to upgrade to me, and much appreciate our founder and sisters around the world from WLF team. God bless. And Manoj Harsha, he was sorry, he wanted to drop off. He has some other important stuff. So he has mentioned, I want to sincerely thank you, Momita, and the entire backend team for taking this initiative and for being so present throughout these sessions. I know how valuable your time is, and it truly means a lot that you choose to invest it here. You have genuinely inspired many of us, and I hope everyone takes something meaningful from these sessions and applies it in their daily lives. I'll definitely stay in touch. And Manjunath has mentioned, for me, the session was all about new learnings and new exposures. So here are all the overall messages which we have received it at this point of time. And finally, I would like to have a thank you note for everyone. So to the host, to the coaches, to the host, and the participants across the globe. As we come to the conclusion of this global career coaching program, I would like to take a moment to express my heartfelt gratitude to each one of you who made this journey truly meaningful. To our esteemed coaches across the globe, thank you for generously sharing your knowledge, experience, and wisdom. Your guidance has inspired clarity, confidence, and purpose, and your impact will continue to resonate far beyond these sessions. To our wonderful host and organizers, your dedication, coordination, and behind the scenes efforts ensured that this program ran seamlessly. Your commitment played a vital role in creating a supportive and enriching learning environment. To all the participants, this is not the end, but the beginning of your journey. Carry forward the learnings, believe in your potential, and step into your careers with confidence and courage. We truly wish each one of you a great success and fulfillment in the path you choose. Please remember, you are not alone on this particular journey. Stay connected, reach out when you need support, and know that this global community is always here to guide, encourage, and uplift one another. Wishing you continued growth, success, and purpose as you move forward.
Thank you, everyone. Your messages were wonderful, and I'm grateful that you all stayed. I think I took 15 minutes more to conclude my session today, and you were all patient enough to listen to me. And I hope that you take away something. I wish you all a very happy and prosperous new year ahead. Thank you, Jivita, all the other hosts, the backend team, and who have consistently provided all the support. I wish you all a very healthy, safe, and prosperous New Year 2026. And stay connected. And I also would like to share that WLF is not about only the Global Career Coaching Program, it's much more. I would request each one of you to visit the website www.wlf.org.in. Check out what the community has in store for you, and in any way, if you feel that you feel related, or you wish to contribute something, like not monetarily, towards taking any kind of initiatives or being a part of the community, you are most welcome to join us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. And once again, an advance Happy New Year to everyone. And Happy Christmas as well. Belated Happy Christmas. And thank you. And this is Jivita signing off.
Thank you, Jivita. Thank you so much.